Hey, what is going on, guys? My name is D Free, and welcome back because today we're going to be discussing some Dragon Ball Z, in which I am joined by the legendary, the one and only, the man, Dino. What's up, man?
Who, me? Me? You talking about me? What up?
No, so yeah, I've got Rhymestyle here with me today. We're going to be talking about Dragon Ball Z once again. We're going to be discussing whether or not Goku and Vegeta would have been stronger had they entered the time chamber together. So basically, to give you guys a little bit of context, so as you guys know from the Cell Saga, basically Goku told Vegeta that he would have to enter the chamber together with Trunks in order to train. It was something that they had to kind of do together, and he wound up taking Gohan into the chamber with him. So basically, my whole stance is that, obviously that whole saga is kind of just a saga in which it was designed for Gohan to get training, and it was designed for Gohan to be the one to kind of end the battle. Now, whether you want to say Gohan was the one that was meant to be the main character from then on out is debatable. That's not really the point. The point is that he was supposed to be the one to take out Cell, so they built that whole arc around training him. And in training him, he entered the chamber with Goku, and Goku ultimately had to kind of hold himself back and fight on Gohan's level until Gohan kind of really got on Goku's level, and he was able to go Super Saiyan and whatnot. Even though Gohan was kind of opposed to that, he was like, hey, don't hold back against me, even though I'm not there, yada, yada, yada. He still kind of had to do it for a while. Now, the point of this video is basically that had Goku and Vegeta entered together with a few different aspects, whether or not they would have been strong enough to defeat Cell without the help of their respective children, Gohan and Trunks. Now, from my stance, I think that they would have been stronger. Now, we know that Goku basically mastered Super Saiyan. He got to grade 4 with Gohan. They got to the stage where they were like, okay, we're staying in Super Saiyan from now on because this is how you do it. This is how you master it. You build your durability with the form. Vegeta didn't get there. He got to grade 2 where he got bulky and he was like, no, I'm going to stop, while Trunks went to grade 3 and got super, super big. But Vegeta saw the drawbacks for that. So basically, I feel like had Goku and Vegeta went in together, they would have kind of shared secrets and they would have had this whole rivalry aspect. I think that would have been the best way to kind of propel themselves a little further. Dino, man, how you want to jump in here?
Yeah, actually I have a lot to say about this, and as I was telling you before we started recording, I didn't want to spoil it, but I have a bunch of views about this. So the first thing I want to say is, would they have gotten stronger? Yes, but it would have gone against the characters, because something that makes Goku and Vegeta so special as characters is the fact that they're very much pride-driven, and they don't want to help each other at all. That's why they even said they'll never use fusion ever again. They're all about getting stronger on their own, and I feel like had they gone in together, yes, they would have gotten stronger. They probably would have achieved Super Saiyan 2 over the year in that time chamber and then beaten Cell. But at the same time, I would have been like, well, I got this with the help of Vegeta. I got this with the help of Goku. Whereas with Gohan, Goku saw the potential in Gohan and he wanted to bring it out. And had that not happened, then Gohan wouldn't have gotten that strength. On top of that, I feel like, and this might be kind of debatable as well, I feel like he partially wanted Vegeta to go in with Trunks just because Trunks kind of never had a dad. And this was definitely debatable because I feel like Goku wouldn't do it at the same time, but at the same time, the anime might have been more about doing something like that. I don't really know, but ultimately, when it comes down to it, I feel like they would not do that just because it goes against who they are as Saiyans. But at the same time, I do agree with what you said. Had they been in together, they would have had the whole rivalry thing, like who can get it first. They could have got some serious training in, and I feel like it could ultimately came out to be probably the same level as Super Perfect Cell, if not stronger. And then, I mean, obviously you wouldn't have much of a story there because it's like they would just come out and win. That's it. But for several reasons, I feel like the path that the story took is the one that it should have taken, just because it's the easy way out, the other way around, and this is how I feel about it.
Yeah, no, definitely, and you're completely right in saying the character thing. It kind of goes against the character because they always try to. They have that rival aspect in which you're like, hey, I'm gonna get better than you on my own. I'm gonna surpass you, and but kind of weaving in Dragon Ball Super into that, I mean, for one, it mainly hinges on Vegeta. It's not really so much Goku, because Goku's willing to work with people. Goku's had mentors. Goku's worked with a bunch of people, regardless of how prideful he is. But you see, kind of like Vegeta throughout his progression, he says, okay, he gets on a knee with Whis and begs for assistance. So and he even was able to go into the chamber with Goku. So it's not, I guess at that point in time, it would be out of his character, but it's not out of his character in general.
Well, the only thing I see different with talking to Vegeta as Goku or Vegeta talking to Goku or the other way around is the fact that they're rivals in themselves. Because if you remember in the last episode of Dragon Ball Super, Vegeta trained Kabe essentially during that match.
Yes.
But then it's like when Piccolo was like talking to Goku, Goku's like, well, Vegeta would never do this for me. And it's like, yeah, because he doesn't like you. That's because he sees him as a rival. Had it been anyone else though, probably I feel like Vegeta would take him into the time chamber and really, train him. But at the same time, just because it's Goku, the person that humiliated him the first time he showed up to Earth, and then it continuously kept getting stronger and stronger in him, basically living all of Vegeta's dream from beating Frieza to being a Super Saiyan to all that stuff. I feel because of that, he had always viewed Goku differently. And because of that, his mission is to become better than Goku all the time, on his own. But I mean, look at that. He became Super Saiyan God without needing the help of other people. So that's what makes Vegeta awesome, by the way. I love Vegeta.
Yeah, no, Vegeta actually is really, on a kind of like a side note, I never really too much cared for him, to be honest, but in Super, I love him. I love the fantastic development he's gotten in Super.
Character development for him was amazing. Immaculate in Super.
But no, so we want to know what you guys think down below in the comments. So it's just a quick little fun video. Basically, to summarize, I think that they would have, even if they didn't achieve Super Saiyan 2 per se, they would have been strong enough to where, okay, Goku fights him and then he basically tires him out and Vegeta comes in and finishes him off, or whatever you want to say. It would have been the easiest way to do it, yes, and the way that it progressed did basically set up future arcs, and it was the correct way to do it. But ultimately, it probably would have been, once again, they would have had this rivalry aspect, they would have trained together, they would have pushed each other to new heights, and would have been strong enough to beat Cell, in my opinion. It sounds like you agree with that as well, Dino, despite them not really wanting to do something like that.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing is like well, not we, them. They didn't know that much about Super Saiyan 2 at the time. They just knew that it was possible to go past Super Saiyan 1, and they both seemed to have made the same mistake where they basically just bulked up. Whereas Gohan was the only one who truly understood what it took to achieve Super Saiyan 2. So the other question is even though they would have trained each other and been kind of like their own rivals to make themselves stronger in the time chamber, would they still have achieved it? That's the question. That is the question that's really tough to answer. Like, I'm trying to look at so many scenarios right now, and none of them really points to a definite answer. It's just kind of like a maybe. Like, I feel like if it came down to it, one of them would have maybe accidentally triggered it. Maybe Vegeta. I feel like Vegeta would trigger it more because he had more of the rage inside him than Goku did. And remember, that was the trick. That was the key to bringing it out of Gohan. So I feel like when it comes down to it, ultimately Vegeta got it first. Actually, this is gonna be a fun question. To those watching the video, who do you think, if they're both in a time chamber together instead of Goku and Gohan, Vegeta and Trunks, if it was just Goku and Vegeta, who would have achieved Super Saiyan 2 first and why? Like I said, with me, I think it's Vegeta just because he would have had the rage behind him. At some point, he would have just gotten so angry that he can't get it and triggered something that would have closely gotten him to that Super Saiyan 2 level, or just at that Super Saiyan 2 level prior to the time running out in a time chamber. So what do you guys think about that?
Yeah, I actually agree with you. That is actually a really good question. We want to know you guys' thoughts down below. I completely agree. Vegeta would have probably triggered it first because he was just so angry all the time back then. He was just so angry all the time. But thank you, man, for joining me on the video. It's definitely a pleasure.
This is a fun one.
Let us know down below your thoughts on the video as a whole. If you guys happen to be checking me out and not subscribed to Dino for whatever reason, I don't know what you're doing with your life, go check out Dino. He'll be linked in the description. That's it for us, guys. We'll see you next time.